What is up, everybody? What's happening? My name, Brandon Osborne, aka Control for Days. Welcome back if you've been here before. Just a heads up, the Stream Decker is not working for some reason. I think the website's down, so I wasn't able to update the deck list, but I'm going to go through it real quick, and then we will jump into a modern league, and I'll show you what we're doing. So, today's list may look familiar. This is Yawgmoth version 7.4 if you look at my spreadsheet. I think I'm coming down with something too. If I'm a little congested, I apologize. So main deck, same thing we've been running. We have 1 Prosperous Innkeeper, 3 Wall of Roots, 2 Endurance in the main, 2 Eldritch Evolutions. Those are the highlights. My mana base, pretty stock. I'm running 2 Twilight Mirror. I'm not running any Yavimaya. I'm not running any Urborgs. And the sideboard, I have 2 Assassin's Trophy, which are probably the most notable things that are newer. 1 Hapatra, 1 Haywire Might, which has been okay. The exile part of it hasn't come up really as of yet. Like, it hasn't been that impactful. I don't think I've hit a Cauldron with it yet, so almost 100 matches in. You know, I'm not sure on it yet. The 1 mana cost is nice though. 1 Hearse, 1 Endurance to make 3 in the 75, 1 Ooze, 1 Veil. The rest of it's pretty straightforward. 2 Thoughtseizes. We're gonna run through a league. This will put me up to 100 matches with this list. Right now, through 95 matches, we have 69 wins, which means pretty much every match we win from this point forward is going to put me at or above 70% with this list through 100 matches, which I think is pretty impressive. So my hope is that we can finish this league with a 74% win percentage through 100 matches, but we will see if we can get there. We are jumping into our first match of this modern league. We are playing against Big Dad Chad. This is match 1. Let's do it. We are on the play, and we will opt to do so. All right, opening 7. It's acceptable. It's relying pretty heavily on a bird into a grist, but we're going to keep this. Let's see what Big Dad Chad is running. Sorry, still getting myself situated here. Okay, we're on the play. They kept 7 card hand, leading off with that bird. Pass turn. Let's see what they're doing here. All right. So we're thinking either Breach or Blue-Red Murktide, 2 of the more popular decks in the format. Bolt the bird. Pretty status quo. All right, we don't really have much of a play here outside of running out our Innkeeper, so that's what we're going to do. And we will ship it back. Like, drawing this land was fine. I don't really want another one though, so hopefully that's the end of the lands that we draw for now, at least. It's a cool island. Never seen that one before. Strange that they're playing out Shredder now and they had the Bauble in hand. I wonder if they just top deck the Shredder. Here I think I'm actually going to go Geralf's. I'm going to have an Undier for the Grist before I play it out. Just going to save all my targets here. Let's pass it back. Attacking not recommended there. They play out their land drop. What set is this from? Onslaught. It's a really cool island. I like that. Alright, so they'll even up some counter magic. I think we're going to lead off with an attack. We'll see what they do here. They could double spell and, you know, potentially kill him, but yeah, I didn't think they were gonna do that. We're gonna go into Geist. We'll see if they counter that. They did not. So we're just gonna play on our land and pass. I imagine end of turn they're probably gonna bolt something here. Nothing. They have 6 cards in hand right now. Double fetch. Alright, Geist down. Innkeeper putting in that work. He's gained us 3 life up to this point. Alright, here comes a Murktide. And I believe they played a land drop, so we're going to be able to dump this Murktide with the Grist. So this game's going pretty well for us, and they dumped another Murktide. Cool. It's only a 5/5. That's not too scary. Wow, they're attacking. That's really aggressive. And here to the... Oh, that's interesting. 4, 7, and we got mana up for Spell Pierce. I think we're just going to kill him. Sorry, my friend. And they can't have heat up either, so... I guess they can dump our Geist. Yeah, they don't have it. So I think they made a mistake there. I think they pushed that a little too early. So we are up a game. All right, sideboard strategy. This matchup's pretty straightforward in terms of how we sideboard. 3, there's one more card, Ooze. Those are the 6 cards I bring in. And these are the 6 cards I pull out. Pretty easy. I've done this so many times over this matchup, so I don't have to think about this one. All right. This 7, I think is a little too slow. I think we have to ship this one. This is definitely not ideal. I like that we have a basic. 2 might be one too many. Birds are likely getting bolted, but I think we keep this. I think we get rid of Blood Artist. Our opponent's on a 6-card hand as well. See how this goes. Hope is that we dodge Ragvan here. Alright, we got lots of birds. If they want to bolt the birds, that is fine. Postboard, they sometimes bring in Fury, so something to be aware of. Alright. No Shredder. Representing Counterspell. Play out a bird. And another one. Don't Fury me. I wonder if they're just going like the turbo Murktide plan here. Have 3 cards in hand. Let's see what they do. If they go like land, bolt the bird. Alright, so they're not doing that. We really need this bird to survive. A bag of rocks. Unfortunately, Stream Decker is down right now, so the list I'll show it in between matches. But this is Yawg version 7.4 if you're familiar with my spreadsheet. Alright. So we can stick a Yawg here, or we can stick a Grist. They have 3 card types, so they actually don't have Delirium. I think we're going to stick Yawg, making sure that we're getting as much value as possible. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe we go Grist first. They're on their back foot now. They have to react to this, so we'll see what they do. Alright, they hit their 3rd land drop. Play it tapped, representing Counterspell. Dress down's fine. This is actually really good for us. It's a weird play. I don't know why. It's not a bad draw. So we've got Murktide covered in 2 different ways right now. Like in this matchup, you have to put them on their back foot. You have to make them react to you as opposed to the opposite. Like if they get early tempo advantage and you're playing from behind, it's really hard to come back because they can just play their threat and then leave up some counter magic. But if you're ahead, it can be very, very bad for them. So they pulled an Unholy Heat with their Expressive Iteration. I'm going to draw at least 1 card here. Not an Endurance. Endurance would have been nice. Because we just drew a Messenger, I think I'm gonna keep my bird. I think I kind of need it around. Alright, so there's our 3rd black source for the Messenger. a DRC. Their third iteration, so they have recouped quite a bit of card advantage here. Kept a card on top. They have their pretty island. I think I'm going to trophy this Dragon's Rage. See if they counter it. Interesting. They do. All right. Oh, wow, that's really good. That's really good. Okay, so we're going to lead with an attack with the insect. And we'll see if they have a subtlety. If they do, that's, I think I'm okay with that trade. Yeah, so we have Grist on 6. They don't have Graveyard. They don't have Delirium. They have 3 cards in hand. Shredder is fine. Second spell for the turn. Shredder number 2. They only have 2 cards in hand at this point. Let's see what they do here. So I think we're going to lead with an attack with the Endurance. They're down to 12. There's 5. So I think we can kill them next turn. Like, double Shredder is annoying. I feel like we need to get rid of one of them. I could do that, or I could just try to, like, overrun them and then ultimate Grist next turn. I think I'm going to go down to 15 here. Fetch a tune. So, like, if I minus the Grist here, I can't ultimate it next turn. But I feel like letting them fill up their graveyard is pretty bad for me. I think we're just dumping their threats. They only have 2 cards, so it's like they can't do too much to us. Bolt the bird, sure. Bolt the grist. Sure. Interesting. Discard a Fury. So they're swinging with the Shredder. We can hit them for 6. Put them down to 2. I say put them down to 2 because of the grist minus the messenger. Alright, so they're playing out a Murktide. Sure. Fortunately for our opponent, we have the answer to this. And depending on what they top deck, they're kind of priced into like keeping their... Yeah. Just trophy. I don't think they can win from this point. Like, they can't double spell. I think we just plus the grist. I think. Like, what would be their best draw here? I don't know, but we got there. My opponent, Big Dad Chad, good game. You just had literally everything, I guess. I guess I did. Except for a second Yawgmoth or a Chord of Calling. Or more endurances. Alright. This is our second match of our Modern League. We are on the draw. Playing against Star 2. Opening 7 is acceptable. For anyone who's just joining us, welcome. Our opponent mulls to 6. We're going to keep our 7-card hand. This hand's a little bit slow, especially if our Hierarch dies, but you know, we're on the draw. We'll get another card. And I think it's definitely good enough to keep. But we are leaning on our Goblin Shaman to get us there quite a bit. Alright, they kept their 6. Alright. Alright, Tron. I think this is the first time I've played against just regular old Tron on camera. A big change with this matchup, something they have access to now that they didn't previously, is the Stone Brain. So we'll see if that plays a part in this match. Alright, so they have Tron on turn 3. Alright. So here, as opposed to playing out the grist, I'm going to play around them playing a turn 3 Karn. I'm going to flash in the endurance, and then I'll grist or Yawg next turn. So we'll be able to hit down a Karn unless they plus it up. Either way, we'll be able to hit it down. Even if they plus it up, we'll be able to minus the grist to kill it. So they have turn 3 Tron. Let's see if we can win this. Probably not, but... Alright, there's Karn. Let's see what they get here. Like, that's probably the least threatening of potential plays. Pithing Needle. Grist. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so Karn's gonna die. I wonder if I shuffle in the map there to just give them a draw step, something that's not as good. Chord, not bad. Yeah, definitely Yawg time right now. If they have something like an Ugin or an Ulamog, like if they can get Ulamog out, that's probably just good game. Which might be why they needled. I mean, obviously Grist doesn't kill Ulamog, but it might be have something to do with why they needled Grist instead of Yawgmoth. We shall see. Saga, interesting. I wonder if this is Eldrazi Tron. I wonder. It feels like it, right? Feels like it a little bit. We're fine with that. Okay, so this is Eldrazi Tron. Last time I played against this on camera, I lost to it. So we're going to see if we can beat it this time. I overcommitted to the board into an All Is Dust. This is one of those leagues, one of those matches where that was a really good draw. I had like a 5-0 and punted away. No, so this is the normal list. We're trying to round out our 100 matches here. So we're cruising along here at a 74% win rate right now. All right, so I need to figure out, can I attack with the endurance here? So we play out the Wall of Roots, play out the Yawgmoth. I do need to have endurance back right now. So we'll leave with a fetch. I'll fetch a basic. It's Yawg number 2. All right, and we need to get to their turn with the Yawg so I can get myself a young wolf here. Saga's up to 2. As long as they don't have like an Ugin, I think we're okay. Cavern's fine. They have 2 cards in hand. So generally in this matchup, Yawg's proliferate ability is it comes in handy. So I think we'll probably be doing that on their next turn. They're thinking quite a bit. With Saga, I guess they probably get like a relic, try to cut us off the combo. We are at 12 life here, so Chalice on 2. It's an interesting call there. Matter Shaper. Okay, they're hellbent. They can't activate their Saga either. If they attack in with the Smasher, we're going to kill it. So we'll see if they do. So Grist, I can't use Grist. They have a needle on Grist. We're just going to get a wolf and just start turning some value. Honestly, kind of wouldn't be surprised if they just scooped here. We got another Hierarch. Alright, yes, that should be just about game. Yeah, that's game right there. Okay, do you all know the line? We're going to discard our Grist, proliferate that up to 3, play out our Geist, Cord, and kill. Easy peasy. Like, Chalice isn't that good against our deck because Yawg can turn it against you. Yawg has the ability to make Chalice an asset for us rather than a liability. Hopefully our opponent just scoops here. Makes this easy. Okay, good. Alright, Eldrazi Tron. They had turn 3 Tron. We still got there. We're going to bring in our trophies. We're going to bring in our Hapatra, our Might. Probably a Force of Vigor. Definitely Thoughtseizes. I'll bring in 1 Force of Vigor, I think. I actually don't hate Ooze in this matchup either, just as a way to gain some life. Let me take a look at my sideboard guide to see what we have for Eldrazi Tron. Thoughtseize, Patra, Trophy, Wolf Wall, Endurance, Cordgeist. Wolf Wall, Endurance, Cord, Geist. Is there anything else? 2 Endurance. Okay. Yeah, Hapatra is so good. Ooze is a maybe right now. Might. Alright, so yeah, I probably don't need Force of Vigor with the trophies and the Might. So maybe we do it like this. Messenger's kinda iffy on the draw. We could probably shave a bird. Bird for an Ooze, maybe? We'll submit that. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna step out for just a moment. Alright, we back. Alright, opening 7. Let's see what they did. They began with 7 cards in hand. I don't think this is good enough. I think we have to mulligan this. 6. Dried Arbor in every opening hand ever. This hand is so-so, but I think we keep it. And I think we get rid of the Dried Arbor. Hand is leaning pretty hard on Court of Calling, so we'll see if we get there. Alright, no turn 1 map, which is good. If we can hit a 1-drop, that would be wonderful. We did not. We definitely don't want more lands at this point. If they like turn 2 Chalice on 1, we're okay with that. So to me, they're representing something like a Dismember or a Warping Whale. I think I'm going to play out Hapatra here. See what they do. Like, if they had Warping Wheel, they could get rid of my wall. Alright, they're at Tron already. Unfortunate. Ugin, okay. Turn 3 Ugin. Reasonable. Alright, there goes a Patra. I thought that was an exile effect for some reason. Alright, best draw here is a Geist. Let's Geist it up. Geist me one time. Not a Geist. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to build out my mana. And then we'll have a Yawg next turn. Whether or not that's good enough, I'm not sure, but +1. So they'll be able to start getting some beats in. That's fine. They got 4 cards in hand. They get a 2/2. No biggie. See how they use the rest of their mana here. I wonder if we can Grist plus Yawg next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be 1 mana short. Yeah, different Ugin. I know that Ugin. Alright, that kind of sucks. We'll see what they take here. Ooh, double. Double Thought Knot. That's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Alright, their hand is just straight gas. I don't think we're winning this one. This board state's a little tough to beat on turn 4. And they cast the Stone Brain. And they can use their Stone Brain this turn. Okay. I'm just going to scoop this game to save ourselves some time here. Alright. On the play. On the play, on the play. I think we're okay with this. This hand is too slow. This hand is not very good either. Are we going down to 5? Let's see what they're doing. Once again, Dried Arbor, every hand. I don't think we can keep this. This just doesn't do anything. Debating what they're doing here. They keep a 7. I think I'm going down to 5 here, unfortunately. This isn't very good either, but we're going to keep it. And 1, 2. I think we just got to keep the cards that actually do something. I'm going to lead Yawgmoth here, so if they go turn 1 map, I'll might it. Because I don't think they're going to play into that if they have the ability to. Avoid it. So NJ, the deck list is not updated. Stream Decker is down right now, so I wasn't able to update that. Alright, so we'll swing for 1. We'll lose some life, then we'll gain some life. Let's see how hard they're leaning on map here. So that is something that, alright, so they got 2. See if they have the 3rd. Yeah, this is the same deck list as our sideboard guy. We're trying to play. We have 96 matches in with this list yet so far, so I'm trying to close out the 100 over 70%, and we have 70 wins, so we're going to be over 70%. Two mana. Warping Whale. We are out of gas. Best draw is like a Wall of Roots, maybe? Not that. I think I get the Mire here. So if they do something like a Thought Not Seer, I just want to make sure I have mana up to get myself a Dryad Arbor. Looks like they're stuck on lands. All right, they missed their land drop. So hitting that was a fine draw. Hitting that map was a pretty big deal. All right. Ballista for 1. Strange. They have a Dismember here. Alright, we'll get our Dryad Arbor. I don't know if there's anything really worthwhile getting with that. Like Wall of Roots, I guess, is okay. But we do have our Scavenging Ooze. Maybe that's worthwhile. Just to have like a threat. We'll do that. Get Scavenging Ooze. So we have essentially a 5/5. It gains us some life. Alright. Brick wall our attacks a little bit here, unfortunately. That's pretty good. Pass the turn. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay, hang tight. Hang tight. All right. All right, we need to dodge 1 or 2 more draw steps here, and then we should be okay. Another Dismember. Okay, that's fine. Ballista for 1. Alright, I'm actually glad they did that now. So we're very okay with the way that that played out. Okay, we'll see if they can kill the insect token. That's going to be annoying. But if they can't, yeah, that would be likely what I would do if they killed the insect. I would court for wolf. Hierarch. Getting close here. Alright, they're up to 4 mana, so they have Thought Not Seer, potentially. I wonder if they play it out pre-combat, that would be really good for us. It looks like they are. Oh, Karn, okay. Interesting. Let's see what they get themselves. It's like, okay, so they got this Stone Brain. That doesn't really advance their game plan, though. So I'm just trying to figure out, do I chord here or do I not? And if I draw land, I can get Yawg in response here. Let's see what we do. Bird, not great. We uptick. A bird. I'm going to swing into Karn. So if we get Stone Brained here, that's fine, I think. Like if that's how they use their turn. There's a temple, that's kind of annoying. So that puts them at Reality Smasher mana. And now they're faced with a decision. Do they Stone Brain or do they Karn? Do they Stone Brain or do they Smash? Yeah, so I can't Messenger right now. I'm one short of doing that, but that would be definitely one of the options. So here they're going to get rid of Yawg. It's always weird how it turns out, like I'm one turn behind getting Yawgmoth. Getting something. Let's see what they get here. Is this like a Pithing Needle or something? Yeah. So shutting down our Grist. Okay. Might is exiled already. So Grist is shut down. Yawg is out of the deck. Trying to think what our biggest threat is at this point. Not Yawgmoth. Alright, we're gonna hit for 1. We don't have any endurances. Yeah, Court for Messenger is fine, but it doesn't... It's like fairly low impact. Alright, so we're gonna use our Court here. Blood Artist isn't bad. It's not great either. I think we get Messenger. I think our best draw here is another Ignoble. Dryad Arbor's in the graveyard. Okay. This is close. They're at 4. Close, close. So they're off Dismember at this point. They can Warping Wail this or this. 3 mana. This is like another Reshaper. Doesn't really matter. Destroy. Okay. Alright. Let's hit another Hierarch here. Or if we just get like a another chord, we'll just win, I think. All right, we're gonna do this pre-combat. Geist. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4. So we can swing in with 4. They'll still only get hit for 1. I guess the question here is, do I keep this in my hand or do I put it out into play? I think I keep it in my hand. They can only activate that as a sorcery, which is good for us. If they do it for 3, I guess their aim is to get the messengers. I feel like this Geist might be like the... They play out a Blast Zone, okay. So it cuts us off of our bird there. Yeah, Blood Artist is our best card at this point. This is stressful, coming down to the wire. Dumping the Silex for 3? 2 or 3? 2 redraws with the Reshapers if they do 3. So they do it for 2? 3, okay. Wow. They're down to 1. I don't think they're counting on this Strangleroot Geist though. So we'll see. They got a Cavern. They already played out their land drop. There's Cavern. Next one. And a Ratchet Bomb. Feel like we might get there. They're at 1 life. I think they're dead as well. You have a charge counter. They have 2 cards in hand. Very, very close games. Seems like they're thinking. Yeah, Stonebrain definitely makes this an interesting, a more interesting matchup. Cutting us off of Yawg. Just realized they blew up their needle too, so we have could have drawn a grist. Okay, and they scoop. All right, we are 2-0 in this league. We are up to 71 wins out of 97 matches with this list. Yeah, Might has been solid. So opening 7. Let me shrink this down a little bit. It's close, but not good enough. We definitely need another land. We can't rely on these to get us there, so we're gonna have to mulligan this. Our last game we mulliganed to 5 and we won, so we'll see if we can split the difference here. So this 6 I think is acceptable. I mean, we have a turn 1 play. We can turn 2 Cord into our Arbor and then turn 3 out a Grist. And then the question is, do we keep Endurance or do we keep Evo? I think this is pretty close which one we keep here. Like if we keep the Evo, we can't really Evo into anything good unless we draw a 2-drop. We're gonna keep this. But Endurance, I think I'm gonna get rid of the Evo. Like graveyard decks are just so popular right now. Decks with graveyard synergies. So yeah, we're getting rid of the Evo. Let's see, our opponent's on a mulligan as well. They mull to 6. See if they go any further. Yeah, I'm counting on getting Arbor on turn 2 if we don't draw a land, so I would have the mana to cast it, assuming the Arbor doesn't get killed. We're gonna see what they do, obviously, before we do anything. Snow-covered plains into a Cigar Disease. Okay. Yeah, so Arbor will be good enough. Alright, so we got our land. And now we are on blocking duty. We are not attacking. No, we will not. That Memnite can be scary. Stoneforge, let's see what they get here. If they get a Cauldra, we're fine with that. Okay, and they got a Hammer, which is a little bit different. So, because they're getting Hammer here, we're gonna leave up the line to cast our Endurance. So like if their plan is to like, well, I guess they wouldn't be able to do that. Like if they want to activate the Nexus, hammer it, they wouldn't have that line available, so. And I guess the question is from here, do we still cord or not? Probably not. Just cast our Grist on our turn and leave up the Endurance on the following turn. Let's see if they attack here. Can't imagine they do. Yeah, I think we're gonna save the cord. Might be incorrect, but play out a Grist. So I could Grist minus, but I think I just want to go wider with my board state. We might take a hit for 10, as long as they don't have double hammer. Oh wait, yeah, we just died. Duh. Yeah, that was stupid. Wow, that was really, really bad. Yeah, we're just dead. That was stupid. Oh my god. Alright, so punt number 1 of this league. Punt number 1. Yeah, that was stupid. Alright. Alright. Let's get back on the horse here. This is a favorable matchup, so we're going to have to get it together here. That was a big, big punt. Alright. 6 cards in, 6 cards out. There's 5, and number 6, I think we pull. Pull a wolf. Wolf on the draw. Or a wall. We'll pull a wall. Alright. Let's get back at it. We need to dust ourselves off after that one. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. I don't know what I was thinking there. I guess I was thinking it was more like Paladin as opposed to Sigarda's Aid, where they would need to equip it pre-combat, but obviously it doesn't work like that. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, I like the 7. We're going to keep this. So I like shaving walls in matchups where they don't have damage-based removal. So like our birds get better in those matchups. We're going to shock here. So like a matchup like Hammertime, there's not much of a threat of our bird dying, so we can shave some walls because this is likely going to be around on turn 2. Our chords get a little bit worse because of that, but let's see if they have a 0 drop. There's an Ornithopter. Okay. We could just be dead to the net draw on turn 2. But if we get to turn 3, things will be looking up. You know, I could grist and dump this Ornithopter. I don't think it's worth it though. If they do attack, we are gonna, I think we are priced into blocking though. And then we'll swing with the Hepatra, sacrifice the token. We'll see what they do here. Or maybe not. Maybe we just take the 10 and then mow it down. But if they have double hammer, we just die. Yeah, I think we're priced into blocking here. Sure. Bye-bye, birdie. All right. All right, that wasn't bad. Now they can't have a... They can't have Blacksmith's skill up, which is good for us. Like if they have another hammer for their Yawgmoth, we'll just lose. So, you know, if they have that 2 games in a row, they get us, but... Let's see if they have it. And if not, like if they swing into our Nexus here, swing their Nexus into our Grist. All right, yeah, so we're gonna get another turn, which is very good for us. We get another hammer. And this we can deal with. Alright, so we're going to lead with Grist plus. Play out our Yawg. And here they need to hammer in response. They did not. So now they're going to be hurting. I don't necessarily win, but okay, let them announce their target here. Like, they're pretty dead. Okay, you can equip if you'd like. Alright, so they only have 2 cards in hand. You know, theoretically, if they had a 3rd hammer, they could price us into losing our Hapatra here. But it does not appear that they have that. Yeah, so we should just win from here now. We'll have infinite snakes. Plus, start there. Alright, alright, so they're not playing. They're not playing a blue splash, so yeah, we can just kill them here. We don't have to worry about getting countered. Alright, game 3. I wonder if I bring in trophy, another trophy. Play a little bit more reactively. We're a little tight on slots to Evo, but yeah, I think we're gonna do this. We'll play a little more defensively. Game 3. I wonder where we'd be right now if I didn't punt game 1. How would we be doing? Alright, I like this 7. 7's actually really strong. It's a little slow, but it's good in that we have 2 points of interaction. And they're on a 6-card hand. So and I think we lead Bird into Might. And then Yawg from there. They don't have a turn 1 play. They're on 5 cards. Wow. Yes, that's pretty good for us. Like if they have a turn 2 Cauldra, like if that's what they're going for, Stoneforge into Cauldra. I imagine that's probably the play. Yeah. So I want to incentivize them to tap out. Play out my Hierarch. And my Might, I guess. And we'll see what they do here. See if they have another land. They do, but it is not a there's not a white source that can protect their Cauldra. We're dumping it. Later, bro. I think that's their game plan. I think they're going to be hurting now. So we can play on our Yogg, Besage away one of the sagas. Or I think we just play out our Hierarch here. And then on our next turn, we should have the kill because we'll be able to get a Patra. Caldra's gone. We're pretty close to winning. They're going to get a Pithing Needle here, I think. So they're going to try to shut us off of Yogg lines. And then if they have... if they do have Blacksmith skill, that'll be annoying. Yeah, my opponent said they didn't realize that the Haywire Might exiled. Yeah, we got an answer for that card now. I can deal with your Cauldron at this point. Alright, so tapping down their white source again. Sigard his aid, sure. See if they have a hammer. Okay. Making a construct. Alright, so we should just win from here. Assuming we have enough mana, which I think we do. Play out the Arbor. So I'm going to Besage the Needle, hold priority. I'm going to Chord here. So by the time that Besage hits the needle, a Patra will be here. And we can mow down their board without consequence. Alright, so we'll dump our bird. They're gonna try to hammer in response. That's not gonna do it. Just give me more snakes, man. Yeah, I think we got this game. I think we're good. Alright, hammer. Target for hammer was the Stone Forge. Okay, and we got a trophy up as well. Yeah, next turn, if we get to our next turn, which I'm assuming we will, we'll just have the win. I think I've got this one. As long as I don't royally punt or screw up. They're adding mana. They have 2 cards in hand. If they have another needle, I guess they could get us. So it might have been a mistake to play out the Dryad Arbor. I can't imagine that they would have another needle though. Which it does not appear they do. Alright, we're going to dump this Ginger Brute while they're trying to draw a card here. Oh, they have another hammer. Wow. That's surprising. They're out of cards though. Alright, now we got Force of Vigor. Yeah, they are so... they are dead in the water. You can draw a card. And they scoop. Alright. Alright, we are 3-0. Punted away game 1, but we got the next 2. Alright, we have Pink Floyd, 99. This is match 4 of our Modern League. We are on the play. We're winning lots of die rolls here, which is good. We will take the play. Once again, we have mulligans, I think, every match up to this point. We'll mulligan again. 6-card hand is fine. I'll keep it, and I think we're getting rid of Blood Artist here. They mulligan to 6 as well. Alright. So we're going to leave Boseiju into Yawgmoth and pass the turn. Our hand's a little weak. They lead on a Triumph. Okay, so right off the bat when I see this, I think Domain, but they don't have a companion, so I'm not 100% sure what they're doing here. We have lots of wolves. Assume the wolf beatdown plan. Alright, we're gonna shock here. If we can pull a land on our next turn, that would be great. Oh, this is Calibrated Blast. That's what this is. Oh, okay. I would think. Maybe not. Maybe without the companion, because they usually have a companion as well. Maybe? Bitter Reunion. Okay. Okay. This is creativity, I guess. Alright, we got our land. Pressure in their life total here. So they didn't discard an Archon, so we don't have to be too worried about putting our Endurance into play. There's still a couple turns off of an Archon. Okay. Interesting. Can we get a Court of Calling one time? Not a Court of Calling. I think we're going to attack with the team here to start. Alright, they're not blocking. I wonder if I let them attack into the Endurance. Like, if they want to spend their turn... Nah, maybe I just get rid of it now. I don't really know what they're doing here. They're Mardu something or another. Like, is the gotcha play the right play? Like, they're definitely trying to put stuff into the graveyard. They're on a pretty quick clock. Like, what's better? Them spending their turn casting another Lingering Souls, and me chump blocking a Spirit token, so they'll be up 1 token. Or me nabbing the Lingering Souls right now. I think I actually prefer letting them spend their turn do this. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. If that's how you want to spend your turn. That is a-okay with me. Attacking into Grist. I'm not going to shuffle anything. Yeah, I feel like we just time walked them there. Alright, and now we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so we have lethal here. As long as they don't kill anything. As long as they don't have like a... As long as they don't have Solitude. Okay, and they scoop. Alright, we're up a game against Lingering Souls deck. So we're assuming there's some sort of a graveyard strategy. They are playing black. I wonder if Veil of Summer is worthwhile. I wonder if they have some sort of a reanimate package with Archon as well. I'm going to bring in the Haywire. I'm going to hedge that they're going to have the Kiki Saga and potentially some other things. Thanks, Bag of Rocks. They also had the fetch land up, so that was like kind of like an extra point of damage they were going to take. I'm going to shave a Grist here. I feel like I'm going to shave a Chord. I'm anticipating they're going to have some form of discard. So maybe we shave an Evo as well. They're playing red, so they might have Ragavan. You know, it's kind of an unknown entity what they're doing right now, so... I feel like shaving a few Dorks is probably okay. And then maybe a Geist. Just kind of like a smattering of removing just like random things, so we'll try that. It wouldn't be right if we didn't mulligan, right? We'll mulligan. Alright, we can keep this 6. And Veil of Summer is kind of an unknown entity. Like, we don't know exactly what they're doing. On the draw, I feel like that gets weaker as well, so we'll shave that Veil of Summer. This feels like a ley line. Nope, no ley line. They're on 5 cards. Let's see what they're doing. Nothing. They're doing nothing. That's not a bad draw. Like, as long as our Wall of Roots sticks around, or you find another green source, we have Yawg. I feel like they're probably running Necromentia as well. I feel like a lot of these black decks are running it at this point. I have to thank everybody for joining me today, by the way. I got 13 people watching right now. It feels nice. Fatal Push. That is not synergy right there. Discard your removal spell. Alright, that's fine. It's not a bad draw. It's weird seeing this deck in the 3-0 bracket right now. So even if they push our Wall of Roots, we're getting our value out of it. Thought Siege, sure. Once again, they're down 2 cards, so like them 1-for-1ing us is not really... It's not where they want to be, I don't think. Plus spending their turn doing so. Like, they have to get rid of the Evo here, right? Because we can just Evo into Yawg and just draw infinite cards. Like, they're priced into it, I think. So we're going to have Grist up next turn. Wow. Okay. Unless they have an answer for the Wall of Roots. Yeah, in which case that was an easy decision. Alright, we need a green source. Oh, whoa. Don't... Do not. Okay. I almost yielded through my turn there. They have 2 cards in hand. Okay, their second bitter reunion. There's a Lingering Souls, sure. Fine by me. 3 cards in hand. Dwarven Mine, okay. Okay, okay, okay. I see what they're doing now. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like, what's the play here? Do we attack with both our young wolves and then uptick? I think we have to get a I think we have to get a grist here. Let's start with an attack and see what they do. Start with an attack. Okay. So this makes me feel better about this. Okay, so now I'm going to play out Geist post-combat. So I know that wasn't the most efficient play. If they have, like, land, get a Dwarven Mine into creativity, we're going to be in trouble. If they don't have that line... I guess they get rid of the Evo. Okay. This is kind of strange, the way they're playing this. I guess they don't have the creativity. That's not bad. We're just bringing the team. We need to pressure their life total. They're going to get another Dwarven Mine. So even if they get an Archon here, I think we can just win through that. They'll go up to 8 life. No, they would be down to 1. Yeah, I think we take 1 here. I think we're okay with that. Or maybe not. Maybe I should have blocked. Maybe if they have a creativity. Okay. Probably should have blocked the token there. That was probably the right move. And they're dead here. Oh, I guess they can get another Dwarven Mine, but they'll be down to 1 life. And what is this? Exile all graveyards? I don't know what they can draw from this point to stay alive. I haven't seen this build of this deck. This is different. Interesting creativity. I've seen it with the Bitter Reunions, but not with the Lingering Souls. Excuse me. Okay, so we are 4-0. We're going for the 5-0. All right. This is match 5 of our Modern League. We are currently 4-0. We are playing against White Eyebrow, and we are on the play once more. Let's see if we don't mulligan a game here. Nope. All right, another mulligan. Let's keep the trend going. Alright, 6-card hand is decent. We're going to keep this. And I think we ship back a bird just so we can ensure grist on 3, at least. Hopefully grist on 2. They're on a 7-card hand. Hey man, it all starts somewhere. Brews are fun. I'm terrible at deck building. I'm really good at tuning decks, but building them from scratch, I don't have that creativity gene like that. So I respect anybody who can build their own deck from the ground up. This deck is a blast to play though. I really, really enjoy this deck. Let's see what they're doing here. Bolt the bird. Alright, so we're playing either against Murktide or Breach here. Hierarch is fine. I'm just debating whether or not I want to play out Catacombs and Fetch or play out the Mire. Like if they're running Blood Moon, getting into double basic I think is where I want to be. We'll see. So I guess the question is, if this is Murktide, do we just jam Grist on turn, or jam our Yawg next turn? Get to see what they do here. Yeah, Andre, I actually built a budget version of this deck a little while ago. Budget was a couple $100, but it wasn't anywhere near the price of what like a stock build costs, and it did well. It actually performed very well. We went undefeated in the league we played, so it was good. It was competitive, I think, is the way to say it. And now that Yawgmoth is getting a reprint too, the price will probably drop a little bit. I think it was like $300 was what I tried to keep it under, so you'd sell some other cards and try to buy into it. There's a video on my YouTube page with that list. I would probably change a couple of things at this point, but viable. Alright, so they're on Murktide. They go into Shredder. And now the question, do I get a Dryad Arbor or do I get a basic? I feel like Dryad Arbor is playing the short game. I don't think I'm going to go Dryad Arbor here. I think I'm just going to fetch basic Forest. Or maybe I get basic Swamp. I think I get Swamp so I can still play out my Grist if they have a Blood Moon. I don't think they're going to Blood Moon, but I think that's what I want to do. So I can Grist plus, I think we just play out Yawgmoth, to be honest. Like, they don't have Delirium, so they're going to need to either 2-for-1 themselves or dump a bunch of cards in their graveyard, but this puts them on their back foot, so. Okay, so this is very good for us. I wouldn't say very good, this is kind of good for us. So I think our Yawg is going to die here. I think they're going to Shredder. Like, if they have a Heat, they'll cast the Heat. Oh, they don't? Okay. Okay. I was anticipating them casting the Heat, discarding, like, a creature to the Shredder to hit their Delirium. Doesn't look like they have it, though. Alright, so now we're off to the races, which is really good. We just need to find a land on our turn. This thing's a 2/4. Yeah, I don't think you're blocking with that, so swing away. Best draw is like Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth one time. That's also really good. That is fine. All right, they're going to draw a card off the Shredder, but I think we want to get extra damage in here. They're still not out of this though, so like if we draw land into Yawgmoth, or even like a fetch land is decent here. Fetch land gets a Stride Arbor, which is very reasonable. Okay, we're gonna swing for 5. Drawing into like an Endurance would be really good too. We're definitely gonna draw a few more cards here. We want to land. Start with a land. Okay, that's not the, not the land we wanted. Yeah, we'll dump that down one more time. Land one time. Okay, we'll take it. Play out that Besaju. Play out the bird. Like if I drew into an Endurance, I'd be pretty close to just killing them at this point. So we're at 16, they are at 6. Here's another iteration. I don't think this is what they want to be doing here. White eyebrow with the scoop. All right, we're up a game. That was very important. That was a mulligan as well. All right, so as we did earlier this match, same sideboard strategy. Attacking their graveyard, protecting our spells, killing their big creatures. Okay, oh. We're gonna bring in, take out 3 Hierarchs, take out 3 Evos. Easy peasy. I think we started this league with this matchup, and now we're gonna finish it with this matchup. I have to thank everybody who's joining me today. Thank you, thank you. If you guys happen to have a Twitch Prime sub, you enjoy my content, use my sideboard guide, just like me as a person, feel free to use that. I don't have alerts set up as of yet, so if you've followed me today, thank you. I won't know until after the stream, but thank you for doing that. I greatly appreciate it. All right, they're on a 7-card hand. I think we've mulliganed just about every single hand we've had up to this point. This hand is really good if we pull a second land, but once again, I don't think we can keep it. I like having the wolf for a Ragavan, but yeah, and this hand is excellent. So we're gonna keep this. I kind of want to keep everything. Like I want to get rid of the bird. I feel like we need it. Bird is the short game. Like it likely just gets bolted. But it feels bad just like turn 2 play nothing. Or maybe it's one of these two. Maybe it's Endurance or Hearse. Maybe the Endurance goes. Like if they lead Ragavan, we're going to be in trouble. Maybe a trophy? I think that's how we do it. Like, I want them to bolt the bird so I can go into Hearst on turn 2 and hope they don't have a Spell Pierce. Yeah, I agree with you, Turtles Be Dank. Trophy is close, but I think the plan is to cut them off of a graveyard before they get to that point, right? So they can be representing two things here. They can be representing a bolt, and they can also be representing a consider. So we can play into the bolt, play out our birds, or we can just pass the turn, and then if they have the consider, they still get their mana, like their value. I think we're just going to pass here. If they have the consider, they have the consider. That's fine. Yeah, they got the consider. They likely had both options, so that's why. But I just don't want to just feed right into their game plan here. And then if they tap out on turn 2, all right, so here I'm going to go wall into bird. That was a decent draw. They're representing counterspell. We'll see if they have it. Hearst definitely not as good on the draw. All right, there's a counterspell. See if they turn 3 Murktide us. Nope. Iteration. Okay, this is good. This I'm okay with. If they counterspell the wall, might as well concede. I don't know about that. Okay. So they're representing, they can be representing a couple of things. We're already putting them on a bolt effect, right? So that's definitely on our radar. I think we get rid of their graveyard here. And then on our turn, our next turn, we either go bird into Grist or bird into Hearse, and it also cuts them off of being able to heat our Grist. And here I like fetching Swamp, I think, so we have access to our Grist. Now if they have something like a Subtlety, that's going to be really annoying for us, but I think this is how we have to play this. See if they heat in response. They do. It's an extra card out of their graveyard, so that's fine. Yeah, COD 4, unfortunately Stream Decker was down. I wasn't able to update the deck list, but I'll show it to you if we get it. Well, regardless, if we win or we lose, you'll get to see it. If you go to my Patreon, the sideboard guide, there is a, the list is at the bottom of the sideboard guide as well. All right, they put a Hearse, and they cast a Hearse. Okay, that's fine. Hearse away. So for us, ooh, that was pretty good. Is it more important for us to get the Hearse down or the Grist down at this point? We're going to save this Boseiju for sure. They have 5 cards in hand. I think... Probably the Grist. Start pressuring them. Another endurance, that's unfortunate. Alright, so next turn we can Beseiju their Hearse and cast our own Hearse. I'm putting them on a Spell Pierce in hand as well, so we need to play around that. Yeah, the fact they can't nab the Grist with an Unholy Heat right now is good. So what they can do is go like Shredder into Bolt, crew up the Hearse, and then swing in from there. Alright, they shock. 3. That's pretty good. Okay. You got it. You got it. They have 3 cards in hand. Okay, I'm gonna dump their Hearse right now. Sure. E2. Good. I think they only have 1 more basic in the deck. Shave down their graveyard a little bit. I'm just ramping them. I mean, I think they have enough mana at this point. I don't think that there's too much of an issue doing that then and now. Like, there's not really much of a reason not to do it, in my opinion. They, let's see what they exile here. No, I'm aware of the fact that it gets vents as well. Okay, trophy, not bad. Gonna Hearse here. And I think we're gonna pass. Let's see what they do. Lots of iterations. This is the 3rd iteration. Kind of drowning us in card advantage at this point. Ottawa is fine. One, two, three, four, 5. Core, not terrible. Another land. They are chipping away at our life total here, though, which is unfortunate. We're going to draw 2 cards, sure. Shredder number 2. Consider. Filling up that graveyard pretty quickly. Now if they have a Murktide, they can play it out. We'll see. Take a hit for 3. Okay. I think I'm going to trophy here, make use of our mana a little bit. We'll see what they do. I don't think they really care about this, to be honest. They have the other Shredder. Let it happen. We're going to fetch and get ourselves a tomb here. All right, we're drawing a lot of lands. Not bad. Throwing another 2 cards here. What's up? Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one, but game 3 will be on the draw or on the play, so that will be nice. They have a full grip at this point. This is 5 mana. They're just going to cast out a Fury. This is why Hearst has always felt a little underwhelming to me in this matchup. Like, I feel like 2 cards a turn isn't enough to keep up with the engine that they have. Like, it's great if you can stick it turn 2, but it doesn't always work that way. Usually doesn't work that way. Like, we ate their whole graveyard with an Endurance earlier in the game, and they still were able to rebuild pretty significantly. I don't think we're going to be able to sneak by with the Hearst because I think they have a Dress Down in their hand, which Hearst does not do well with. Six, 9. Yeah, so I understand that this will put us, this will be lethal. Let's see here. Like, we need to do something here. We can't just sit by. I think our best card is probably Ooze. This is definitely getting countered. Okay. Now we need something good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would like to play a bird, please. Yeah, that chord for grist line doesn't work, unfortunately. Like, they definitely have had a counter spell up, so that wouldn't have been good enough. And this Dryad Arbor is going to die as well. It's not going to survive. Oh. That's surprising. I didn't expect it to survive. I think they might have F6'd. I think they had the win. They thought they had the win, which they probably still do, but... Alright, this is a Murktide as well. Or iteration number 4. That's fine. Alright, I'm going to... Well, maybe we get more information. I don't know. Yeah, this bird, not the word. Alright, all-important game 3. Coming up. There's a Murktide. Alright. White Eyebrow with the win. Alright, game 3. I don't think we're changing anything. Let's do it. Let's see if we can keep a 7-card hand. We haven't really done much of that. Would love to keep a 7. I don't know if anyone's been keeping track of how many mulligans we've had so far this league, but it's been a lot. This hand's actually close. Like, once again, bird likely not going to survive, and then from there it's a really slow hand. So if this were a 6-card hand, Catacombs, Marsh, Bird, Grist, Cord, Yawg, I think you would keep it, so I think we keep. I think we're gonna keep this. They keep a 7. This is really close though. This hand is borderline not a keep. Like if we can go turn 2 wall into turn 3 like land, that would be best case scenario. Play out a creature, my friend. Play out a creature. Yeah, if I don't draw land, I'm in deep trouble. But that's usually the case, right? You usually don't have all the lands you need in your opening hand. Okay. Okay. So here I think I have to get Forest for Court of Calling. I think this Grist is probably going to die on our turn, on their turn. If I had to guess. Like fetch land, Bolt, Surveil. Might be good enough. Bolt the bird. Okay. Still want to draw another land for sure. They kept on top. They did that upkeep as well, which leads me to believe they maybe didn't have another land. So they're likely going to have Delirium by their next turn. But I think we're winning by building out our board state. I don't know that... I mean, maybe killing one of the channelers is our path to victory. Let's start here. Let's figure this out. Because that will definitely give them Delirium. And then it's... Grist is definitely done at that point. I think I uptick here. They do have quite a clock already, though. We'll see. We will see. See if we can get Yawg into play next turn. I don't think they have another land. All right, there's an iteration. Fingers crossed, everybody. So Grist is going down. Just need our bird to survive. They kept a card on top, which is going to be a land. Okay, Shredder. Oh, okay. Okay. Later Grist. Alright, if they have Spell Pierce, that's going to be bad for us. But if they don't, I think we're in pretty good shape. Let's see. Spell Pierce? No Spell Pierce. Fingers crossed. Whew. Okay. Another bird. Alright, now we need to dodge his subtlety as well. Alright, we're going to start by drawing a few cards here, assuming this resolves. Fingers crossed. No subtlety. They have the subtlety. Ugh. That's brutal. That is brutal. We have to put this on the bottom. Alright, we're attacking. We're in trouble here now. This is not good. Not good. So we're kind of in a race now. If they have like 2 counters in hand, 1 or 2 counters. This has been the story of these 100 matches with this deck. 4-0 into loss. And I'm not saying we're losing as of yet. They might have nothing in their hand, but it's kind of what's been happening. Alright, we're down to 13. Leaving up a counter spell. It's not really what we want. So the way we win this, do we win? If we go Yawg, like we're going to be at 7 life. I think we lead Yawg and then we next turn, we need to hit a land. And I think we win by racing them. I don't think we win by sticking a Yawgmoth. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious they have a counter spell there. So the first spell is just to get them to counter. That's the game plan there. This is a straight up race at this point. They have 2 cards in hand. If they have a Murktide, which is what this feels like, I think we might be losing this one. Okay, yeah, and they still have Delirium here. So this puts us down to 7. If their last card is Bolt, we're just like dead. This is so close. So how do we win this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they have Heat or Bolt, we just like lose, right? Like the way I get lethal is I have to play out this Yawgmoth now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have to stick Yawgmoth or stick the messenger with one of my black sources next turn. So I have to play this out, even though it feels wrong because it leaves me so vulnerable. But this is the line. This is how I win. Let's see if they have it. And in terms of a black source, I have like 2 cards I can draw. Yeah, so I'm dead. But that was what I had to do. All right, another 4-1. So that was 100 matches with version 7.4. We just closed it out. Unfortunately, didn't get the 5-0, but we still finished 73 wins out of 100. So 73% win rate over 100 matches. We lost to Blue-Red Murktide for the 5-0, which was unfortunate. Would have liked to have gotten there. So this is the list. I am still very happy with this list. I think it's excellent. Cards that I would consider shaving. Everybody talks so highly of Hearse. I think the card is very medium, to be honest. That would probably be the next card. That'd probably be the next card that I would get rid of and bring back in a 4th Endurance. But besides that, I like the list. I think it's damn near perfect. I don't think not much needs to be changed. Yeah, but it's a good list. If you're looking to play the deck or you're already playing the deck, this is what I would recommend. Maybe -1 Hearse, +1 Endurance. Now that I've hit the 100 match mark with this list, and I feel like it's validated, I'm going to start playing with some other stuff, playing around with some other lists and seeing how they go. I'm going to check out for the day. I thank everybody for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, feel free to head over to my Patreon. I have a sideboard guide over there, 2 sideboard guides. One's for your deck box and one has matchup tips on it. So feel free to check those out. You can find me in the Yawgmoth Discord. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about the deck. And then I also have a YouTube channel. You can click on the link below to access that. Feel free to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And then, yeah, if you want to contribute any further, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Give me a follow and head over to my Patreon as well. So thank everybody for tuning in. I will see everybody again soon. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend, whatever's left of it. So be well, everybody.